Hello there, Pokeballers. Here I got another Wi-Fi battle using my rain team, which you probably know. My opponent is going to be PMThePokeman, and yeah, he's using a rain team too. I noticed that his team is a mono water team, so I expect my Ferrothorn with Power Whip and my Dragonite with Thunder to do a lot of damage. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I wanna set up my rain, so I lead off with Politoed because I know that he won't lead off with Politoed. As he leads off with Rotom Wash, I predict the Volt Switch here, so I go into my Ferrothorn, but unfortunately for me, he predicts my switch into Ferrothorn, goes for a trick, gives me a Choice Scarf, which is the absolute best item to have on a Ferrothorn, right? Yeah, right. Anyway, he goes for a Volt Switch, goes into Gyarados to get the -1 attack from Intimidate. I go for a -1 Power Whip, which is still going to do a decent amount to his Gyarados. Now here I wanna switch. I go into my Toxic Rogue, expecting him to go for a Water move. However, he doesn't. He goes for Taunt, predicting a switch, I guess. Here I predict him to attack and go for a Sucker Punch and fail yet again with a prediction. Go for Poison Jab, hoping to poison his Swampert, and I poison it. He sets up his rocks. I think I should replace that Poison Jab on Toxic Rogue. Anyway, I go for a substitute just to scout what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for an Earthquake. I know that will do quite a lot of damage to my Toxic Rogue, so I don't wanna stay in against his Swampert. I switch to my Ferrothorn as he goes for a Roar, predicting my switch. Oh god, I'm seriously getting out-predicted. So here he predicts me going for a Waterfall, goes into Vaporeon with the Water Absorb, and I'm like, no, why? He's totally out-predicting me. He goes for a Heal Bell to get rid of the poison on his Swampert and get some HP back, but I really don't care right now. He switches back into his Swampert as I go for a Drain Punch. Now I predict him to predict my switch and go for a Roar, so I stay in and go for a Drain Punch, and that's the first prediction I get right. I get roared into my Politoed. I'm afraid to go for a Scald, since I know he has that Vaporeon, so I go for a Specs Psychic, which turns out to be super effective against his Tentacruel, but still doesn't do that much. He withdraws Tentacruel, sends out the Vaporeon, as I go for a Psychic, which does a very small amount of damage to his Vaporeon. I keep using Psychic on that Vaporeon. I predict his Protect right here and go into my Ferrothorn. However, he Hydro Pumps, I guess predicting me to over predict, and I'm like, no, this is bad. I go for a Power Whip, knowing nothing on his team will appreciate it. Here I'm not sure why I switched into Dragonite, but yeah, he goes for another Wish. I know that he's gonna switch, so I set up an Agility on the switch. He goes into his Gyarados, which is going to get the Intimidate, but I really don't care about -1 attack since I'm a purely special Dragonite. Modest. I go for a Thunder in the rain. Double super effective against his Gyarados. There's no way he'll live it. Now, here I'm pretty much going to wreck his team, except his Politoed may survive the Thunder and may hit me with an Ice Beam, which may completely screw over my Dragonite. Okay. I go into my Politoed, miss a Focus Blast. He goes for an Ice Beam, not sure why. He sends out his Tentacruel. I keep going for Focus Blast, obviously, since I'm choiced. I don't do that much. He gets all that health back, and yeah, I switch into my Toxicroak, just predicting another water move, but he goes for Toxic Spikes, and I'm like, why would you go for Toxic Spikes? No idea. But anyway, he sends out his Vaporeon. I just Drain Punch his Vaporeon, having nothing better to do. I am not sure why I send out my Kabutops. Anyway, he goes for a Wish. Now here the switch to Swampert was obvious, so I should have gone for the Aqua Jet. However, I just wanted to be safe, so I went for a Break, which isn't going to do that much to a Swampert, and he's going to get all that health back from Wish from lefties. No, I switch out my Kabutops, go to Toxicroak, predicting him to roar, predicting my switch. However, he goes for Earthquake. My Toxicroak lives that, but it really won't matter in the long run. I just go for a Drain Punch, predicting him to predict my switch and roar, and I get it right. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Really. I just go for a Power Whip and miss. Great. Fortunately, I get the full para and get to take out his Politoed, and yeah, that miss on Power Whip perfectly makes up for the full para he got. Anyway, he hits me with a hydro pump in the rain, and I'm going to live that and get my power whip off. Revenge, 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 Rotom. You tricked me, the choice calf. You deserve to die. Anyway, I get taken out by a waterfall from Swampert. I send out my Gyarados. I'm afraid to go for the waterfall, so I go for the Earthquake, get out predicted once again. He roars. Now, here I predict him to roar again, predicting my switch, so I just go for a Drain Punch. However, he doesn't over-predict, he just goes for EQ, takes out my Toxic Rogue, and I'm like, oh no, this isn't good at all. I go into my Kabutops. Don't know why I went for the Stone Edge. Guess I was predicting his Vaporeon to come in. I get taken out by a waterfall. I send out my Gyarados. He withdraws, sends out Vaporeon. I predict he switch into Vaporeon and go for an Earthquake, which even with a crit it's not going to do that much, and that crit really doesn't matter. Guess you can guess the outcome of this match, right? Well, if you can't guess it, you'll just see. He goes for a Hydro Pump, which takes me out. I go to my Politoed, try to hit him with a Specs Psychic, with get the special defense drop, which is really not going to matter that much. And yeah, he gets his health back. Wish left his Psychic. Hydro Pump, I live it. He protects. I Psychic again. He Hydro Pumps and misses. I get to take out his Vaporeon. He didn't go for Protect because he didn't want to stall, and he knew that he could outspeed and kill me with a from his Tentacruel. So yeah, that was an awesome match, Pokemon. Hope to battle you sometime again soon and get some revenge for yeah, I hope to get a rematch sometime, and yeah, see ya, Pokeballers.